Hey guys, it's Michael. I have a very exciting update for you from the White House. Larry Kudlow had an interview with Fox Business News yesterday after the unemployment report for June came out, and he spoke about the second stimulus package, what we can expect to receive in it. He specifically spoke about direct stimulus checks and the enhanced unemployment benefits, these $2,400 per month payment. So in today's video, I'm going to break down exactly what he said about stimulus, the economy, and then after that, I'm going to get into the giveaway winner. So if you've liked any of my videos or subscribed to my channel, well then please be sure to stick around until the end of today's video so you can see if you won the $50 free stock giveaway. If you didn't win, you could still go ahead and get 2 free stocks valued up to $1,400 when you download the Webull investing app using the link down below. Anyways, let's jump right into it and let's go over what Larry Kudlow said in this interview. So the reporter started off by asking him how the numbers in the June unemployment jobs report affected the next stimulus package. The June unemployment report was much better than expected. 4.8 million jobs were added and the unemployment rate was reduced down to 11.1%. While it may not be the exact 100% accurate reflection of what is going on in the economy right now, it is still the report for June, and this was going to have a huge impact no matter what the numbers were. However, Larry Kudlow basically avoided the question and said, with the efforts of the CARES Act and the PPP program, they were able to keep businesses connected with workers, which is why we saw this unemployment report do much better than expected. He said most people were furloughed, and with all the relief efforts they've passed, they were able to keep these businesses connected with employees. So that means when businesses start to open back up again, they were able to rehire these employees. He said that most people were not laid off and a lot of people were just furloughed. He goes on to say how right now 63.5% of people who are unemployed are actually part-time workers and they still work at their jobs. He said this has increased dramatically and it's doing much better than it was before. And he says right now that is one of the main reasons why we saw the unemployment report do much better than expected, because most people were furloughed and they were able to get their jobs back. And the other positive that he was pointing towards is that right now, according to data, even for people who are unemployed, he said 63.5% of people who are unemployed actually have some sort of part-time work. Then Larry Kudlow goes on to explain how Trump said the other day he was largely supportive of a second stimulus package that is larger than what the Democrats proposed. However, Larry Kudlow says that what is in the second stimulus package right now is still largely up in the air and that formal negotiations won't begin until after the July 4th recess when the Senate comes back from the July 4th recess. I went over this the other day, how Donald Trump said how he's largely supportive of a large second stimulus package with direct stimulus measures. However, Larry Kudlow goes on into more specifics of what they're currently talking about. So Larry Kudlow says that direct checks are probably going to be part of it as far as the president is concerned right now. Then he goes on to mention how a payroll tax cut, back to work bonuses, $600 per week or $2,400 per month payments, and helping tourism and restaurant industries, all of that is still on the table, he said. He said they're still currently discussing all of those measures, and those are all going to be part of a large-scale second stimulus package. He says nothing is finalized right now, but all they have to do as of right now is they're just at the point of shaping what is the second stimulus package is going to look like. He said most of these aspects that we've talked about and I've mentioned are going to be in it. It's just going to be a matter of where the tax cuts, we see those, how much we see for the unemployment benefits, how large is the stimulus check. He says all of that is most likely going to be included. It's just going to be a matter of how much is going to be allocated to each part of this stimulus package. Then he goes on to explain how one thing he is certain about is that the White House officials have had anecdotal evidence of how small businesses can't rehire workers because workers are making more staying at home collecting unemployment benefits than they are returning to work. He said that there isn't data that they're looking at, they're simply basing this off of reports they've heard and anecdotal stories that he, Steven Mnuchin, and the president have heard from small business owners. He said these people who they're hearing the stories from and small business owners are actually those who are the most affected by the pandemic and everything going on right now. So he ultimately explains how the $600 per week and $2,400 per month payments were good at the beginning of the pandemic, but he said now we are moving into reopening and we are seeing jobs coming back as states are reopening. He says now people want to return back to work, and now these payments are not as good for the economy because they're more of a disincentive and it's slowing down the process of us getting back to normal and jobs coming back. Then finally, he goes into more detail on the back to work bonuses. He said the reemployment bonuses will be in the next stimulus package, and they will also need to be more targeted, and they can't just be for everyone. He said the idea of a back to work bonus has gained a lot of traction among White House officials who have voiced support of reforming the enhanced unemployment benefits in the next stimulus package. He said we've got to reward individuals for coming back to work. He said that is going to be one of the main ways that we can see the economy recover faster. He said there will be some kind of reemployment bonus. He said we're not going to do the $600 per week. We might reduce that, but we can't keep it at $600 per week because that is a disincentive to work. So ultimately, this is good news for more stimulus. He says that there will be direct stimulus measures in the next package, and he says they're looking at doing either a reemployment bonus or they might reduce these unemployment benefits. But their main focus is incentivizing people to go to work. So this is good news even after the June unemployment report. A lot of people expected with these good numbers that they were going to maybe not have a second stimulus package or not have direct stimulus checks. But according to Larry Kudlow, White House officials, they're saying that they are still looking at a second stimulus package with direct checks, and nothing has changed because of this unemployment report. And then finally, he goes on to talk about the economy, and he says right now they're continuing to predict a V-shaped recovery. Even though we're starting to see a rise in the number of cases in the South and the West, he says that they're addressing these issues as they're coming up, and they're still predicting a V-shaped recovery. He said right now, health officials in the White House are in the process of developing recovery best practices with states experiencing new spikes in the number of cases. He says they'll help implement these practices in states like Texas, Arizona, California, and Florida. But he said right now they're still expecting a V-shaped recovery and that we can continue to see more jobs come back in July. Anyways, that's just a quick update for you on what Larry Kudlow said in the interview yesterday after the jobs report was announced with Fox Business News. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Now let's get into the $50 free stock giveaway winner. So the $50 free stock giveaway winner is this person right here. Congratulations. Thank you everyone who has commented, liked my videos, and supporting my channel. I really appreciate it. Anyways, don't forget to get your 2 free stocks valued up to $1,400 when you download the Webull investing app. Join our Power of Finance Investors group if you're interested in the stock market, investing, or how to make money in general. Thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to like the video down below, leave a comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.